All right, so we're diving into the timing belt and water pump on this 2016 Honda Pilot. So first thing first, I went ahead and I removed the cover from the top of the engine. I removed this front cover right here because I wanted to have access to this radiator cap. And I'll also be removing the underbody panel. So this is an inspection plate and I need to get these lined up. There's one on both banks since this is a V6. I need to get both lined up to top dead center. So I'll rotate the crankshaft and make sure that my marks are lined up to top dead center. So if anyone's wondering how I'm getting all of this done, this is a pretty good explanation that came with this ASIN kit. Now, looking here, you can actually see these timing marks a little bit better than I could show on camera, but there's just a couple of dashed lines on the cam gears that indicate top dead center. You just want to make sure that both of those are lined up. This has been a very handy set of instructions if you're someone doing this on your own. The fact that this kit has these is very nice. It's all pretty straightforward and pretty well labeled. The other thing I want to mention, this is a Mophie brand socket. I got it off of Amazon. It's a 19mm with some extra thick walls. You will definitely need something like this to get that crank pulley off. A standard socket won't do it. You need something with these extra thick walls, and I got it for about $15 on Amazon. All right, so I've got my crank set to top dead center on cylinder 1. Now I'll go ahead and drain the coolant since we are doing a water pump replacement, and I'm going to work on getting this front pulley off. All right, taking a look up here, we can see that I've got my front crank pulley off. I've got my timing belt covers off as well. Next, what I'm getting ready to do is remove this guide pulley bolt. You can see that there's a long bolt or a long stud threaded into that auto tensioner. That's one of the battery hold down studs, and you thread it in through that auto tensioner, and that maintains the tension. So next what I'll do, I'll remove that guide pulley. I've got my ignition set to top dead center. I do expect my camshafts to jump a little bit when I get this undone, but we'll be able to line it back up when we get the new one on, and I will also be doing a water pump while we're in here. So let's continue on. So I have my old timing guide pulley removed, and that allowed me to go ahead and remove the original timing belt. You can see in our new kit, we've got a water pump, a tensioner, a couple of pulleys, and a new belt, of course. Hi, Phoebe. So now that I've got all that removed, I will work on removing my auto tensioner assembly and the pulley, and I'll go ahead and get my water pump off. All right, so I've got my original water pump timing belt here, along with the pulleys and the tensioner. All of that's been replaced. I've also put on some new tie rod ends for them. There are the old ones, and some new sway bar links as well. Here's one of the old ones. So coolant level has been topped off. Oil level looks good. So next thing we'll do is we'll give it a start and see how it sounds. So far so good. No check engine lights on, tire pressures look good. So 114,000 miles on this Honda Pilot with a new timing belt and water pump. That shouldn't need to be addressed for another 100,000 miles, so they should be good to go. Now, as you can see, I was test driving it, which is why it's a little dirty and a little muddy, because it's been raining out here. So the customer's on their way to pick it up now. I just wanted to show you all a little bit of going into the job, getting it done. I know it was pretty quick. It wasn't exactly a how-to, but just kind of to show you all what goes on here. Not all of it gets filmed. Some of it gets edited out for different reasons, but I'm working on improving. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.